This has to be one of the most exciting times in the crypto market in the past 2 years. Things are going insane, and one of the first coins to pop off was Dogecoin. Pretty wild story behind this. People are claiming that TikTok actually caused this pump. There was a group of viral videos that crossed TikTok. They made their way to Twitter and Instagram, and there are hundreds of thousands of views on tons of these videos, maybe even millions of views. I didn't see all of the videos on TikTok, but it seems to be a coordinated effort to shill Dogecoin.
Listen to me. This is Dogecoin. If you know nothing about investing, it doesn't really matter. Go put $25 into this, and that will be 10,000 shares, okay? And if this reaches $1, you will have made 10 grand.
If you think I'm kidding, check out the Doge chart. It actually pumped 2x. It pumped 100% in the past 24 hours. Now it's retracing a little bit, but what's interesting about this move is it's probably the first altcoin this year that's gotten mainstream attention for how well it's done in a short period of time. The market is hot. We have a lot to talk about. I'm gonna be breaking down this Doge pump and what probably happens next. Oh yeah, one more thing. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe right down below. I have a ton of videos coming out, especially if the market stays this hot. Trades, trends, themes, covering it all right here on the channel. Enjoy the video, guys. All right, so this is apparently how the Doge pump started. One of the biggest pumps so far in 2020 and the coin that got everyone's attention. Will it actually lead to more pumps? That's still up for debate. But first, let's break down Doge. I think it'll give a hint about other coins that could pop off in the future. What started as a video on TikTok turned into a lot of videos on TikTok, and that translated to a massive volume increase on Doge. It also led to a serious increase in searches for Doge worldwide. You can see it on Google Trends, and you can see it on social media. It actually reached Barstool too, one of the largest media companies on the internet. They cover finance now, they cover sports, they cover gambling, they cover it all. But it seems like they're all talking about Doge. And you might say that's not important, but it is, and I'll explain why. Think back to the Hertz bankruptcy, that stock that went bankrupt, and how Robinhood traders have been seriously affecting those markets. There's been a massive influx of retail traders that are betting on things and looking to make a quick buck. Maybe it's because there's more money floating around the system. Maybe it's because people have some extra money from the stimulus check. Whatever it might be, people are punting money on stocks, and it seems like that money has now converted into betting on some coins. This is what it looked like when all those Robinhood traders piled into Hertz. You can see how many of them took positions and pumped what should be a bankrupt stock that's going to be worthless to the absolute moon. I mean, it did multiple returns, and this exact same thing is happening with Doge. We see tons of people piling in to a coin that basically started as a joke, more on that later, but it allowed the coin to pump 2x overnight. Now, this is getting a lot of people in the crypto space excited. Not only is Bitcoin doing quite well, and some majors like Ethereum are actually doing well too, but the themes of late haven't gotten mainstream attention. You can think about the DeFi trend. I've talked about it a lot on my podcast. If you want to listen to some of those conversations, links right down below. But let's stay on topic. The DeFi narrative and the DeFi theme has been great for people that are deep in crypto. They understand which one of these coins are pumping, but sometimes it's hard to understand these concepts. They're very complex coins, they're very complex ideas, and it has not captured the interest or the attention of the average investor. No one on the street that isn't already in crypto has been excited and said, I'm going to go out and buy a DeFi coin. Those coins are doing well. Dogecoin is the first one that it seems like is making people do that. Whether that translates into them betting on other coins, whether it translates into an influx of new retail, I think we'd have to have the market do quite well for that to happen. But it's an interesting inflection point where this is the first time we're seeing mainstream attention on crypto, and it has a lot of people excited. Now let's zoom out a little bit and let's look at the Doge chart, because I think it's important to keep these things in perspective. Now on my right here is the Doge chart, and if we look at the past 24 hours, that is a considerable pump, right? We moved that full 2x, 120% overnight. It's a considerable move. It's not what people were used to in 2017. It's not 5x returns, it's not 10x returns, but it's a 2x return on altcoins that have been sleeping for a long time. The reason I want to show the chart and actually be able to zoom out is to keep that bigger picture perspective. If we start looking at something like a weekly time frame just in 2020, it doesn't look that impressive. Yes, this move is big. I'm going to highlight it right here. You can see we've been trading in a very muted range, right? Very tiny. The largest moves higher have been like 30, 40%. very quickly retraced. Now I'm going to zoom out even further and look at Dogecoin's history since 2015. You can barely even see that pump. I know it is a move higher, but when you compare it to the type of moves that crypto's done before, 700%, 1,000%, 10x returns, it's tiny. The reason I'm highlighting this is because it's still so early, not only for Doge, but also for all other altcoins. So if you are trading altcoins, if you are in crypto, or if you're one of those Robinhood traders that just downloaded TikTok and that app and you're trying to trade these things, do not FOMO. It's still so early. We have to see what Bitcoin does here. If Bitcoin can rise, maybe that actually does attract more interest. Maybe it does attract new net inflows, and some of that money can cycle into alts. But this is all an incredibly risky bet. I am not at all advocating for you to go out and buy Doge. I just want to cover this phenomenon because it's quite interesting. It's the first time we've had mainstream interest, in my opinion, for about a year or two in altcoins. That's huge. And mainstream interest and new net inflows is really important if you're trading altcoins and looking for those considerable gains. So, I'm not personally trading Doge, but I did want to cover it. I think if we start to see this happen with larger coins like Ethereum, more notable coins in the top 10, top 20, top 50, and we see Bitcoin doing well, then maybe we actually are set up for another bull run. Either way, it's hard not to be excited when you see this because it's a change of pace. We have not had stuff like this in a while. It's fun to cover. I'm going to be covering trades, trends, themes that I like for you guys. Unfortunately, Doge isn't on that list. But with this video, now you understand why it pumped, how big that pump was, and why you really don't need to rush to get onto Robinhood and try to buy Doge. I have no idea if the Robinhood theme, if this group of pumpers will actually continue to lift this coin, but it's just not a bet that I'm going to make. I'm more focused on things like Ethereum. I want to see if this DeFi trend can remain, even though it hasn't gotten mainstream attention, and it's all eyes on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been sitting around this 92, 9400 level for a while. If it can actually crack 10K, now we're cooking with gas. Until then, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, but I'm going to be pretty conservative with some of my plays, especially on speculative plays like Doge, where Robinhood and TikTok played a pretty big role. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it really does help me out. And before you go, hit the download for crypto.com's phone app right down below. It lets you buy Bitcoin, you can move any of your crypto, you can stake it and earn interest. A lot of really cool features on there, and they sponsor these daily videos so that I can bring the information fresh right to you guys every single day. And if you're still watching, comment down below which coin you're most excited about to see pump next. I'm pretty curious to see if this momentum actually transfers. There's a lot of people making their bets already. So comment your favorite coin right down below. I want to see what you guys are trading. I'll see you guys tomorrow.